I always forget the daggone mic is muted. What's going on, everybody? It's the Ike's Tech Talk weekly live stream. Y'all know how it goes down on a Thursday night with your boy Ike. What's going on out there? Beautiful people. Finally hit Thursday. Week is almost over. Thank the Lord. It has been a long one, man. But it is almost over, man. How y'all doing out there? Got some pretty dope articles, man, that we're gonna get into, here in a little bit. One that I am gonna go ahead and rage a little bit on, so be prepared for that. It's definitely going down. Definitely going down. Oh, I forgot to. Oh, not that. Clicked the wrong button. Okay, we're good. Let me mute that. Just got the preview going there. I want to make sure we're looking good there. All right, let's go ahead and get in a roll call so we can get through these articles. I want to get through all three. I got some thoughts on all three of them. So I want to make sure we get through all three. So Jason C is in the building. Homie said, what's good at Ike and Stream? What's up, Jason, man? Hope everything is good with you, man. Umar's in the building. What's up, homie? Hope everything is good with you as well. My homie LaShawn is in the building. Said, what up? Hey. Actually, speaking of LaShawn too, he's gonna be going live tomorrow night, 9 p.m. sharp. Make sure y'all are there. Open mic night with Holla at your boy. So make sure everybody is there. Urban Fire's in the building. What's up? What's up? Hope everything is good with you. Brad, Ike. What's up, everybody? What's up? Got Miss Shay, Queen of Steeler Nation, in the building as well. Doing it big. How y'all doing out there? Let me pull this up. Alright, because we're going to go ahead and get right into these articles. I don't want to waste no time, because I want to be able to talk about all of them. Alright, cool. Yeah. Alright, so first one, we all know Android 13, the next QPR2. We had beta 2 and something interesting. It wasn't a whole lot, really changed or a lot that was different. But there was one major thing that hasn't even really came out in terms of, brand new features and things like that. You gotta kind of dig into settings and flags to be able to even really, know that it's there. But obviously, a lot of people did deep dive, so I want to go ahead and get right into it and cover it, because like I said, it kind of excites me, especially if this is something that we can kind of expect on phones. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, LaShawn said, Ike with the fresh cut. Yes, sir. Just went and got it today, man. Johan, what's up, man? Hope everything is good with you as well. All right, let's go ahead and screen share. Boom. All right, cool. So the new Android 13 QPR2 is changing the way the taskbar works. So everyone who knows, Pixel Fold is supposedly right around the corner. Google's trying to kind of get their game right and get everything right in terms of their tablets and foldables, because obviously we do have Pixel tablet coming out this year as well. So one of the interesting things was this taskbar. Now, before and how it's used on the Fold 4, is you have a static taskbar, meaning you can either turn it on or you can turn it off. There is no way to invoke the taskbar. So if you have it enabled, it's kind of there whether you need it right then and there or not. Not necessarily, the worst thing in the world or anything like that, but just something, like I said, I kind of noticed, and Google's kind of trying to change some things up about it. So we're going to go ahead and cover that. Urban Fire said, Ike guns out. Not at all, man. Not at all. I got dad bot. Yo, Genosis, what's up, man? Hope everything is good with you. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So, with the taskbar, what Google is trying to do, one, you'll see you got the left side here, which was beta 1 and how we've seen it by default. And then on the right side, you have beta 2 and what we're kind of looking at going forward. So the taskbar isn't going to be static anymore. It's kind of going to be like you swipe up a little bit to invoke that taskbar. And if you want to just go straight to your home screen, you swipe up all the way. And then obviously if you want to get into recents, you swipe up and hold, and then you got your recents. Now, I like the way that Google is doing it here, because instead of taking up the additional space at the bottom with that taskbar that's always there, it's something that you can kind of call upon when you need it, and it's out of the way when, you know what I mean, you no longer need it. So I kind of like it from that perspective. Now, what I'm hoping and I am praying, and there was some inklings about it before, was that Google was going to be bringing this interface to their slabs, to like normal Pixel phones. That is what I want. Because like right now, you know, we have like the normal, you know, bottom bar or whatever. But like when you're in your multi-window instance, and I'll kind of show it off here. Let me clear out some notifications and stuff, because it's a lot easier if I just kind of explain it. So, all right. So let me do screen share top down. So we got the Pixel 7 Pro here. Now let's say, for example, I wanted to have we're gonna do Twitter, and we'll do my Reddit client, which I use Boost for my Reddit client. All right, so Pixel 7 Pro here. Now, in order to invoke multitasking, obviously you gotta drop that down. Yo, y'all see the JoJo Siwa on Spotify? My daughter in the room listening to her JoJo Siwa. But anyway, so I got Twitter, Spotify, and Reddit going on top to bottom. Now, generally, this is okay, right? You got these like 3 levels that you can kind of do for multitasking. You can even, I know a lot of people don't know about this, but you can even double tap and it'll swap them. I know a lot of people didn't know about that on the Pixel. But once you have this multi-window instance, there's no way for you to say, take this bottom app and switch it to something else. Whereas on something like the Galaxy devices, that's not a problem. You can just use the little side taskbar, or on like your tablets and your foldables from Samsung, you got the taskbar. So you just grab an app and drop it where you want it. That's also what we're seeing here with Google's, you know, tablet and foldable UI. But if slab style smartphones had at least this view here, this little multitasking tray here, when you kind of swipe up a little bit, you could get that dock or whatever, throw whatever application you want on there, and then it goes away when when you don't need it. So it's one of those things, man. I really hope that, you know, Google ends up taking a look at that for just their slab style phones. I know if you change the DPI on your Pixel device, you can actually get the little taskbar view here. I think Shane was showing it off from Scary If Literal. Let me see if I can get it running real quick. And if I can get it running, I'll show y'all kind of what the taskbar looks like, because I am running the QPR2 beta. Let me see. I think it's, so by default it's 411. Let me try 600 to get the taskbar. Yep, I got it. Okay, so this is gonna look super weird. I'm gonna warn y'all right now. I'm actually gonna change the view so it's a little bit easier for y'all to see. But we got top down right here. Now you can see you got the taskbar here. Now if I'm in an application and you slightly swipe up, it gives you that taskbar. Now let's say I wanted to do let me think. I'm gonna open up the task switcher. Let's say I want to go ahead and take it over and bring Twitter. Boom. Now imagine if you had that taskbar, and you can see it's not necessarily the most polished yet. You got to do a real slight swipe right now, but Google could obviously polish that. But what I'm saying is, imagine we always have that little bar, you know, accessible, able to use. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I forgot to do the top down with reaction. There you go. Now y'all can see me. But anyway, it's like, imagine if we had that little taskbar all the time. That would be so fire. It would be a nice little power user feature that, you know, regular consumers could turn off, or Google could just turn it off by default, and you could go turn it on if you want to use it. Because you can still go home, swipe up to go home like normal. All your gestures still work how they normally would work. Only thing that's different is if you swipe up a little bit, you get your taskbar. So obviously right now there's no way to have the taskbar without changing your DPI. Honestly, if, you know, someone ends up coming out with like a dope way to do it for like root devices or something like that, that honestly might be something that I look at rooting my Pixel 7 Pro again for, because I really like with Samsung devices, the fact that their multi-window instances aren't like static or stuck. It's very fluid. Like I could go from doing, Gmail because I'm looking at an email and Twitter on the bottom to throwing YouTube at the top. And now I got Twitter on the bottom and I'm watching a YouTube video and scrolling through Twitter. Like I like the fact that it's so fluid and it's not static. So I would really, I don't know if, Google's watching this because it's Team Pixel, but yo, if y'all happen to come across it, I would absolutely love to get that on a slab style smartphone, man. Like that would take the Pixel's productivity to like the next level in my opinion, because that's what Samsung products do so well. Like their productivity and their multitasking is on another level, man, on another level. But let's see what y'all talking about, yo. Urban Fire said, too young for the dad bod. Hey, you right. I just turned 30. LaShawn said, Google with the dynamic taskbar. I'd rather have the dynamic taskbar than the dynamic island, bro. Any day. So the dock with the taskbar, does the dock go away? So just like I showed Jason, when you don't need it, it goes away. It shrinks into the nav bar. And when you invoke it, it's a little animation to come from the nav bar. So pretty dope. I really, really like it. Yeah, Johan, you can double tap and it'll swap the windows. Yep. Hey, what's going on, Delvin? I hope everything's dope with you, homie. The haze, I'm done with you. The best color. We already know the best color is Snow White over here. I'm gonna need you to chill, sir. I'm gonna need you to chill. That would be nice for all Android slabs, Samsung's too. Facts, bro. And like if they do the taskbar, Samsung could get rid of the little slide, the little edge panel thing on the side. They wouldn't really need it. Well, from a multitasking perspective anyway. They do have other pretty useful edge panels, but for the multitasking part, they could get rid of that. But I would love to see either somebody come out with like a way to get that taskbar via root access or something like that. Bro, I would root my Pixel 7 Pro again just to have that. I would like to have that taskbar as an option on my 7 Pro. Same here, man. Same here. Bro, I'm trying to tell everybody about it so everybody can get the word out. We can get Google to bake this into the phone. I feel like that's how, and it's like you get that taskbar and all of that stuff and it doesn't sacrifice fluidity. The phone is still super fluid. It's still super fast. All of that, man. So, man, I want them to bring that to the phone so bad, yo. So bad. Bradley said, agreed, that would be neat. Multitasking made super easy. Exactly. He said, Google know what time it is. I mean, we'll see. It's in beta and it's not for phones. It's only for, for tablets or foldables with that high DPI. Nobody's really figured out how to get it to work with just your normal slab and not, maximizing the DPI. Hey, what's going on, man? It's been a while. Look at him. What's up, man? Hope everything is good with you, homie. Jason in the building, man. Yeah, man. It is fire, dog. Yeah, all the time. Like a lot of, like some of the dopest things, bro. Some of the dopest things that have been brought to, like, well, I won't say stock Android because Pixel Launcher isn't really stock Android anymore, but like things that have been baked into like Google's version of Android coming right from like Samsung. Some things come from, Huawei. Like I love that they do that. Like take what good ideas your partners are coming up with, bake it natively into the OS so it makes it easier to optimize and keep the devices fluid while you're doing these different things. Because there's no point in having, a device that can do all this multitasking when every time you go to, reopen 2 apps at one time, you're getting jutters and stutters and all that crap. So they absolutely got to keep it fluid. Let me pull up because James just reminded me of something too. James Apple, I see him here. What's up? He said, how about that Apple news in January? I was one article I forgot to pull up. I'm going to pull it up here in a little bit so we can talk about that one if we have a little bit more time. Hey, the anime podcast co-host. You already know, just, hey, let me know, dude. I like I said, I don't have a lot of knowledge in terms of the business, but I could definitely talk some anime. Like, I'm not going to be all deep and philosophical. I'm going to just talk about what I liked and what I didn't like, So, but I'm definitely down, man. I'm definitely down. You know what I said? Need some dynamic DPI. Facts, bro. Let me get that taskbar. Please, please. Lewis, what's up, man? Hope everything is good with you, man. Nah, I didn't switch the time on mine. I've always been 9 o'clock, man. Not over on this end. Let's go ahead and get into the next article. Nothing phone. We got the $299 beta membership. Yo, BG, what's up, homie? Hope everything is good with you, my guy. Now, the thing with this, I'm kind of in between because I'm not gonna lie. If I had it and I could afford it, I would 110% be all over this. 110%. I did see where Dez, the product guy from T-Mobile, was saying that there's a chance that obviously we already know certain bands are missing, so there's nothing we can really do about that. But that there may be an issue with like using the YouTube app and using the Google Wallet app. I don't know why that would be an issue, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm still thinking about it, yo. I'm still thinking about it. It's just something feels weird about having a $299 beta, but I think the phone retail, I'm not sure how much it is retail, but I'm pretty sure for that base model, it's more than $300, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious about this one. I'm still not 100% sold, mainly because I can't afford it right now. So still paying off Christmas, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Purchase to test our new Phone 1 beta software. Get exclusive access to Nothing Perks. Your opportunity to experience Phone 1 at its most advanced with Nothing OS 1.5 powered by Android 13. Yeah. Definitely sounds, like I said, pretty dope, man. So yeah, it even says it here. Nothing states that T-Mobile will be the best bet with support for both LTE and 5G, though not all the carriers 5G banned. So AT&T will work on LTE but not 5G, and Verizon will have very limited 4G support. So honestly, it seems like if you're gonna go for this, it might be best to go with T-Mobile instead of going with any of the other carriers. I know AT&T got a habit of blacklisting people devices, and Verizon's never seemed to really be too fond about like import devices or anything like that. So T-Mobile seems to be the best way to go. I don't mind being on LTE. 5G ain't my issue. As long as I'm gonna be able to still use like Google Wallet and the YouTube app and stuff like that. But I know Ray, Twin Folk Tech, he has a Nothing Phone 1, and he's never reported any issues about Google Wallet and YouTube not working. So I don't know why it wouldn't work on this. I don't know where, like I said, the product guy from T-Mobile, Dez, I don't know where he was getting that from, but like I said, man, Nothing Phone still looks really dope. And at $300, like it might be one of the best at that particular price point. You know what I mean? So this one definitely had me curious. I haven't quite pulled the trigger yet, but you know, you never know. Maybe I'll pull the trigger and take a look at the Nothing Phone. It's definitely unique. Like if anything, this would be a dope one to have for like the collection, because it is something so unique and so different. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've personally always, vibe with how the Nothing Phone looks front and back. But yeah, $299, I might have to cop that. Might have to cop that. Mm. Oh, he said he was looking at the wrong time zone. It's all good, homie. BG said, I thought about the Nothing Phone for 1 second. Oh, so you're not copping, BG? You're not gonna cop? Oh, okay. So for retail, it is more than 300. Okay, so then that makes it even more of a value proposition. I've only had AT&T one time, and like at that point, I was buying carrier phones, so it didn't really matter to me. I didn't have an issue with like their coverage, but they tried to get me on a ton of like overage bills and stuff like that, so I ended up just leaving them and going back to T-Mobile. 2023 essential phone. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Urban Fire said, I forgot about that phone. Yeah, man, it's still out there. Pixel 6a killed the Nothing Phone. That's true. That's true. I feel you on that. I mean, camera wise, yeah. I would say camera wise, yeah. Battery life, I'm honestly not sure. software wise, I hear this new Nothing OS 1.5 on Android 13 is pretty dope. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. M2 Ultra Mac Pro AR VR headset. Yes, sir. It is definitely about to be bananas in Apple. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not buying pretty much anything. I can't afford the headset. I would like to take a look at it just because I'm curious how it's gonna play out. And I feel like Apple might pull like an ecosystem play where you can have like I know some of the AR glasses, they let you do like you have your laptop and you have external displays that are purely digital. I could see Apple doing that with Macs, like kind of having like a continuity type feature where you got like your main MacBook display or your main iMac or whatever, and when you put on the reality headset, you get 2 additional like desktops or something like that. That would be a dope use case for me personally. Like I would want one just for that feature alone. Like I'm not even gonna lie, like that would be pretty fire, especially because I primarily use a Mac anyway, so I would definitely be down for that. The Nothing one grew on me. Still don't know how you can get mad. Oh, get mad use from it though. Always gotta keep the phone face down. Yeah, for the glyph thing, yeah, it like that. I won't call it a gimmick. I definitely do see like the use case for it, but it's rare for me to put my phones down. You know, like it's just rare for me to put my phones face down. Like even if I'm out at a restaurant, it's flipped over still. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Off subject, what phone watching buds you rocking as the daily right now? Oh, I could actually show y'all. Hold on. All right, so buds, Sony XM4s. I'm just waiting for these bad boys to get multi-point, but Sony XM4s. Phones, obviously I carry 2 phones. 14 Pro Max, Pixel 7 Pro is what I'm carrying right now. Watch, you can see I got on my Apple Watch right now, but depending on the day, either Apple Watch or Pixel Watch is what I'm rocking. If I'm on like one of my Galaxy devices, then it's still the XM4s. Just the watch may be the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. So I just kind of go between all 3 of the watches. Wallet, I don't have it on me, but I use the MagBack wallet, the one that I did the video on for the Pixel 7 Pro. I use that wallet as my everyday wallet. All right, let's see. We knocked out these 2. Let me see if I can pull up the article I was thinking of. We could do Mac rumors. I'm cool with that. I like Mac rumors. All right. Now, I want to get into rant mode with the last article, so I'm going to kind of save that one for last. But a couple of y'all asked a couple questions that had me like, I didn't even think about that. Where is it? Where is it? I think I can use this link here. Does it actually work today? It does work today. All right, bet. All right, we ready to rock and roll. Let's get through the rest of these. Not gonna lie, I have no interest in the Nothing phone. That's okay. Different strokes for different folks. I always said they dope, sir. Yeah, definitely love them, man. You reserved the S23. I did go ahead and put the reservation in, and that's one of the articles that I have pulled up. I did go ahead and reserve it. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it yet. I'm not saying I'm not, and I'm not saying I am. I'm just honestly not sure. Kind of depends on, you know, what we get and kind of where the finances are at that time. Mac touchscreens. Mac touchscreens. I did hear that. Me personally, I'm in the camp. I don't think I would use touchscreen on my Mac, but I'm not gonna say don't do it because there's people who definitely would benefit from it. Definitely, like I can imagine like a 2-in-1 MacBook type device, like a 2-in-1. I don't want to lift my MacBook here, but like a 2-in-1 MacBook device that's similar to like a Galaxy Book Pro 360 or something, where you could take like an Apple Pencil Gen 2 and you could draw on your MacBook. Like I could see like Delvon getting a lot of use out of something like that. So like I said, for me personally, I wouldn't use touchscreen on my Mac, but that, like I said, it's just me. I'm not gonna say don't put it on there at all just because I wouldn't use it. So yeah. Easy E, what's up? What's up? What's up? Tim needs to retire. I'm ready to see someone else take over. That's more on the innovative side. Might not happen for Apple. Yeah, Tim Cook is definitely the logistics guy. Like he's very much product chain, like what do they call it? um y'all, that's like, y'all know what I'm trying to say, like production line type deal. Like he is not a product guy, and I think a lot of people have gone on record, I think even Jobs went on record saying that, like, Tim is not a product guy. Like he's not a product guy. I think for Apple to be successful, Tim was probably the best person to put in mind, because as tech enthusiasts, we look at successful from a different perspective, right? But at the end of the day, Apple, like all these other companies, are a business. They're here to make money. And if we're talking about making money, Apple's crushing everybody right now in terms of making money. Well, based on smartphones, obviously. So it's like I said, in all honesty, I think Jobs made the right choice in putting Tim, in charge of Apple for what he wanted, which was like, yo, just keep the company alive. I want y'all to be successful and I want y'all to thrive. But as tech enthusiasts, what we want a product guy in there, like Jobs, like Scott Forstall. He was a product guy. Honestly, man, I would love to see what's the guy's name? They always make the jokes about his hair. Craig Federighi. Craig Federighi is a really good product guy in my opinion too. So like I said, they got some talent. But I think that the guy that's the next running up, who Tim's kind of grooming to take over, I forget what his name is, but I don't think he's much of a product guy either. I think he's kind of somewhere in the middle of Cook and Jobs. Like he's not really like he's not 100% a logistics guy, but he's not 100% a product guy either. Like I could say, if I was to ever be a CEO of anything, I would be a product guy. I like numbers. Obviously, I want to make money, but having a dope product is way more important to me. Like striving for the best product that I can possibly make is more important to me. You would drop 4 to 5K for that AR VR headset. I would love, if it does what I was talking about with the extra monitors for a Mac, I would like to. That's just way out of my price range, man. It's just way out. Like 4 to 5K. I can't do that. I might end up waiting for their AR glasses that they're working on instead, because those might drop for, maybe 500, 600, 700, something like that. But 4 to 5K, nah, I can't mess with that. Umar said, I use touch on my HP all the time. That would be dope then. Like I said, for the people who want touch, absolutely, Apple, get to it. I'm not mad at them at all for thinking about putting it on there, because there is a subsection of consumers who would benefit from that. So why not have it on there? Hey, Hot Water's in the building. What's up? Hope everything is good with you. Oh, and speaking of Easy should be, I think Easy's going, you going live later on tonight, right? 10 o'clock? I know sometimes he has like a premiere, sometimes he does a live stream. I don't know if he wrapped it up for like a season or anything, but you going live at 10 o'clock? Want to make sure. Hey, Stan, what's up, man? What up? I looked at you, I'm like, everyday tech. Wait, that's Stan. What up, homie? He said 2-in-1 Max would be amazing. I love the Lenovo Yogas. Yeah, bro. It's like you could, I know Apple won't make it because they're worried about cannibalizing iPad sales. But if, like, the thing that frustrates me with Apple, and then I promise we'll get back on topic with these articles, but the thing that frustrates me the most about Apple is they have the potential to shut everything down. Like, they have so much potential, but because of the fact that they have no competition, because if you want iOS, you gotta go buy an iPhone. If you want Mac OS, you gotta buy a Mac. If you want, a FaceTime or iMessage, you gotta buy into the Apple ecosystem. So it's like they have competition because obviously other people make phones, but in terms of what they offer, there's nobody else that offers that. So you gotta go to it. Like, I can say for me, for the iPhone, for example, right? Like, just things that I like about the iPhone. So I like the CarPlay experience. I can't get that on anything else. I like the fact that when it comes to controlling audio sources, I can do it whether I'm listening to music or listening to anything or not. Whereas like on my Pixel, for example, if I'm in like a Teams call, for example, right? Or not even like a Teams call, but like say, for example, if I'm in my car with Android Auto and I want to stop the audio from playing from my car speaker and have it either come through my phone or come through some earbuds or something like that. I can't do that with Android Auto. It doesn't allow you to. Once Android Auto starts, it snatches all audio and it's coming out your car, whether you want it to or not. My iPhone and CarPlay, I could do that no problem. So it's like I said, it's very little things that I like about it, but those things I can't get from anybody else. I gotta go buy an iPhone for it. So like I said, they obviously have competition, but in a lot of ways they don't have competition too. And it bugs me because since they don't have competition, it'll be rare for us to see a product like this, like the Lenovo Yogas that, you know, 360 fold back on itself. Like I'm thinking of a MacBook Pro iPad hybrid where you fold it back on itself and you got your touch interface, you can draw, all that other good stuff. You know, they take the best from the iPad and put it for that experience, but then you bust out that keyboard when you're ready to do like some video editing or something like that. And you know what I'm saying? Build all the same IO ports, all that stuff. Just give it that hinge. Apple's never gonna make that because it's literally, it's like they would much prefer you to just go buy an iPad or go buy, you know, buy an iPad and a Mac. It gets them more money when you buy both products versus just having that 2-in-1 that maybe costs, let's say, $1,800 base. Right? Like and those type of products make a lot of sense. Something like an iPhone Fold that is like the oh, my Z Fold is in the bedroom, but an iPhone Fold that is like a Z Fold, you know, type of like a Z Fold type of experience. That makes so much sense to me. Like you got iOS on the front screen, which iOS typically is at its best the smaller you go, because a lot of their elements aren't optimized for one-handed use. And then you open it and you have iPad OS. Like that makes so much sense to me. Apple's not gonna make it because it's way more profitable for you to buy an iPhone and go buy an iPad on top of that. So like I said, it's frustrating because Apple is their own worst enemy, man. But like I said, it's not that I don't like their products at all, but it's just, it frustrates me. It frustrates me because I would love for some of like these kind of, and like those type of products aren't even like out there in my opinion. Like a foldable, we're getting Google throwing out a foldable. We've had foldables for years now. 2-in-1 laptops are nothing new. We've had 2-in-1 laptops for forever now. So I don't know, man. Like I said, Apple will always, their whole ecosystem play will always be their greatest strength and their greatest weakness. Like I will die on that hill. Hey Mims, what's going on, homie? Hope everything is good with you. Tim is playing it safe. Apple's success is based off user loyalty. They'll buy Apple devices no matter what. Exactly. And to be honest, Brad, it's not even so much about the loyalty play. It comes down to customer preference, right? If you have a relative that, say for example, they're fine with Android, they don't want an iPhone, and they're like, you know, I'm in the market for a new phone, you can fish out options. You can say, okay, what do you find important on your phone? The camera experience, maybe you don't want to spend a ton of money. Okay, Pixel 6a, bam, got you. Or they're like, yo, I need the best productivity workhorse you got. I don't take a lot of photos. Hey, Z Fold 4, best productivity, you know, device in terms of wireless decks and all that stuff that you can get on the market. S Pen support and everything, multitasking galore. So Android has way more options to suit any type of niche, any type of consumer. Whereas if a person is on an iPhone, it's like, well, what iPhone did you have last? Oh, I had the I had the, you know, 11 Pro Max. Okay, well, 13 Pro Max or 14 Pro Max is kind of like your step up. You see what I'm saying? Like that choice, those options, it's not there kind of situation. So it's not even about a loyalty play. It's just consumers being familiar with iOS and wanting to keep rolling with that, and Apple being the only one you could get that from, you know? Apple made $1 trillion under Tim Cook. Jeff Williams is who it is. Appreciate it, James. Yes, Jeff Williams. He's their operations guy right now. He's the person kind of running into or in the running to take over the company when Tim Cook steps down. And like I said, from what I understand, he's like in the middle. He's not a pure products guy. He's not a pure operations guy. He's somewhere in the middle. He's somewhere in the middle. I'm saying Tim's done his job. They make money, loads of money. It's time to go a different direction. Johan, I'm 100% with you on this, homie. I'm 100% with you. I would love to see Apple experiment a little bit more. I would love it. They're never going to. Like, I would love for them to, even if they have to create another SKU. And what I'm about to say is never gonna happen, because this is very un-Apple like. Apple doesn't make devices for the niches. They make devices to sell devices. Now, what I personally would like is for them to keep the, 15 plus, or plus, I don't really care about, but 15 base model, 15 Pro, 15 Pro Max, and then come out with an ultra device, which is like the bleeding edge, like the absolute bleeding edge. Like, every brand new technology that Apple can get their hands on is in that kind of halo device. And even if they have to price it, at $1,200 or $1,300, if they put everything bleeding edge, I'm not gonna lie, I would drop the money. I would 100% drop the money. Done. Brand new Sony IMX989 sensors and all kinds of crazy stuff, and just use that device as like a test bed. And as technology matures, then components from that device can trickle down to the other devices in the lineup. Kind of like the Dynamic Island roadmap that Ross Young was talking about, where he was saying we got Dynamic Island last year. This year, we're going to see Dynamic Island. Now that the tech has matured a little bit more, now we're going to see it come to the base iPhone 15 lineup. Then when this goes to just one punch hole, the pros will get it the first year, and then the next year, the baseline will get it. Like, I'm fine with tech being experimental and then trickling down to the normal consumer iPhone lineup. Because when an average consumer goes to a carrier store, they're not necessarily looking for a Pro Max. They're like, what's the new iPhone? Okay, I have the base model 13. Let me get the base model 14. Like, and that's if they're going year over year. But the average consumer doesn't need a Pro Max or a Pro at all. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. But like I said, I would love to see Apple get crazy. Like, if I could blend two companies together, I'm done with you, Juan. Average consumers. Yo, Ace, what's good? What's good? If I could blend two companies together, I would love to blend Apple with like a Xiaomi or a Vivo, right? That, like I could only imagine if like a Xiaomi, a Oppo, had the same kind of potential, where it's like, we build the OS, we build the chip, we control that entire pipeline. Like, Google's kind of getting there. We're just watching them kind of go through some of those growing pains, or whatever the case may be. But like, and that's why I always say, like, from an Android perspective, the only device that I could see like having the potential to compete with the iPhone blow for blow in terms of ecosystem, in terms of, having the operating systems, all of that stuff, is Google with the Pixel, because they control that entire pipeline. They control Tensor. They control what direction Android goes in. So Google is in a unique opportunity that I know a lot of Android manufacturers would love to be in, dog. Would love to be in. Johan, I was gonna say Apple and Samsung. The only reason I wouldn't say, I would blend Samsung of the past with Apple now. I would do that. I would blend Samsung of the past and Apple now, because now Samsung is starting to see what Apple's doing, and we're starting to see a lot of the same things, dog. A lot of the same things. So I would say Samsung of the past, like I would say industry leading, Android leading Samsung of the past with Apple now would be a devastating combination. Like, I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Two companies that I probably would never blend, though, Google and Apple. I would never want to see the baby of a Pixel and an iPhone. And I know people are like, Why? You'd have the best point and shoot device on the market from a camera perspective. And I get that, you would. You would have the best in class video and the best in class photos. And I would love that phone for, well, for point and shoot. For point and shoot. Let me correct myself. For point and shoot. But the reason I wouldn't like it is Google can sometimes be just as stubborn as Apple can when it comes to bringing out brand new features and things like that. So yeah, I wouldn't blend them two. I wouldn't blend them two. I love them separately, but I don't think I would blend them two. And I missed a ton of comments up here too. Facts. I do love how Microsoft handles the Surface laptop line. Mim said, nah, Apple don't need that. Talking about the 2-in-1, Mims. Talking about the 2-in-1. I mean, they don't need it, but there's a lot of stuff Apple doesn't need to do. We don't need a $4,000 mixed reality headset either. You know what I'm saying? But that would be something, that would be a cool tech product for them to have out, man. For a type of consumer. You know what I mean? So they don't need it, but I would love to see them do it. We also won't see those kind of products if Tim Cook stays put. He's worried about numbers, and exactly, yeah. Her iPad sales is the key word. That's why I don't believe we'll ever get a iOS Z Fold 4 with iOS on the front cover and iPad OS on the inside. I don't think it'll ever happen. If it does ever happen, I'm buying one day one because I really want to test that out. I really want to test that out. Like, I'm almost as excited for that as I am for Pixel Fold. I feel like Pixel Fold, I'm a little bit more excited for it, like, because it really is a thing that they're going to be coming out with, versus me in my heart of hearts being like, Apple ain't coming out with that. Apple needs that CEO that will say, well, we have enough money, we have the loyalty, let's just try it. Yeah, I agree, Johan. Like, I would love to see Apple get more risky. I know they're not, but I would love to see it, bro. I would love to see it. T Dot, what up, what up? He said, honestly, with me, it's having great retail customer service, actual Apple store for issues nearby all the time. I'm used to that for years. Not seeing Samsung or Google stores makes Apple heads nervous. And that's totally true. I agree with that 100%. 100%, yo. 100%. That's a good point that a lot of people don't bring up, is that after sale support. That is important. That is important. OEMs need to understand that they can never do what Apple is doing. Brad, thank you. And I think the faster manufacturers start to get that in their head and start to really go their own way, the whole landscape will be much better. Will be much, and to be honest, I can't even say the landscape, because the only company I really see like really driving that direction that Apple is in is Samsung. Google's doing their own thing. Like, I feel like Google's now in their mind, they're like, look, we see what Apple's doing with this whole integration software hardware pipeline. We want to copy that, but we're gonna do it in our own way type of situation. It's kind of like Goku and Vegeta. I'm not saying Apple is Goku, but you got Goku and Vegeta, right? Goku is always gonna be, you know, the star of the show, whatever the case may be, and Goku will get a power up, and for so long Vegeta would just get that power up later on in some way, shape, or form. And now with Dragon Ball Super, Vegeta's starting to, you know, carve out his own path. Like, you know, Goku got Ultra Instinct, he has Ultra Ego. Like, Vegeta's trying to do his own thing and get more powerful in his own way. And that's what I love about Vegeta as a character, you know, Dragon Ball, and what I love about what Google's doing with the Pixel. Like, stop trying to match what everybody else is doing and do your own thing. Google is all about computational smarts and machine learning and all of that. Lean into that, and they did. They made a processor that was literally built from the ground up to handle that. So, like I said, Google's doing their own thing, and I'm not mad at it. I just need that Pixel Fold like yesterday. I need that Pixel Fold like yesterday. When I say blend Google and Apple combo, I mean Google phone features on an iPhone. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, for the most simplistic of simple, I think that would be a good combo, because you'd have fast fluid software 100%, because both Google and Apple are kings in that category. You know, you would have the best point and shoot camera. You know, you would have the best point and shoot for video capture. Just the reason why I personally didn't say Google and Apple is because a lot of the crazy out there innovative features that we love about Android, like 1-inch sensors and productivity workhorse, devices and foldables, that type of stuff. Like I want a healthy blend. That's why I said somebody like Xiaomi, right? Because Xiaomi dabbles in everything. Sometimes they dabble in a little bit too much, but that's where the Apple side could kind of reel them in. Like Xiaomi's one of the players that's always trying to be on like the forefront of tech. And I really respect that and love that about Xiaomi. Like they're not scared to put bleeding edge, brand new things in their devices and work on optimization as that device is out. Does that work for everybody? No, some people just want tried and true and what's gonna work and not have issues out the gate. And that's cool. There are devices for them, right? But if you're trying to be on that bleeding edge, like you want the brand new, there's nothing else better than this on the market right now. Yeah, Xiaomi and Vivo are definitely killing the game. Oppo too. Oppo too. I saved my blending of whiskey and Pepsi. Let's go. Only thing I would say that I like more than Pepsi and whiskey Ace is probably Coke and Henny. Coke and Henny, my friend. Coke and Henny. Stan said using the Android 13 beta in tablet mode gives a preview. Yeah, Stan, we literally covered that earlier in the stream, dog. The taskbar, all of that stuff, man. So I cannot wait until Pixel Fold drops because all that taskbar stuff that we're seeing, you know, all of the optimization they're doing for applications and all that stuff, we're gonna see that on Pixel Fold. It's just a matter of when is Pixel Fold gonna be here. That's it. Hey, he said that jersey is clean. You already know, Chicago, buddy. All day, every day. What up, Galen? Hope everything's good with you, homie. Just got a L last night from the gosh darn Wizards. That gosh darn Kyle Kuzma. Jackass. Made that shot at the end. Should have fouled him. Made him earn it at the line. Anywho. Mims said, I guess I'm okay with Apple being basic and simple. Not every company needs to be. No, and Mims, I do agree with you. I don't think that every company, you know, needs to be super out there innovative. I just feel like Apple sometimes plays it a bit too safe. Like if they could find a happy balance, I think we'd be okay. But for me, the thing that kills me with Apple is not so much that that they're not the first to adopt new things. It's the amount of time it takes for them to do it. Things like always on display. Always on display has been on phone since the S7, bro. How is Apple just putting that in last year? So like that's where my frustration more so stems from. Not so much as saying like everything that everybody is doing that's bleeding edge, Apple also got to do it, because at the end of the day, man, stakeholders get scared when you're trying to do new innovative things, even if you're somebody like Apple. So I totally get it, you know, from that perspective too. He said the products would be dope. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, and I know, Mims. You're just like Sean said, bro. You gotta be the contrarian. So I get it. I get it. Delvon said everything Apple does is great, but I actually have to like the product first. I'm not sure where you were about to finish off that one at, homie. So finish that thought. But Vegeta is the GOAT. Vegeta's that dude. Vegeta's my guy. Google is like, Jaren, come on, LaShawn. Jaren, nah, son. I don't know who Jaren is, but nah, bro. Nah, Jaren is a problem, bro. Oh, man. Anybody who doesn't follow, I think it was Galen who started it. My allergies. I think it was Galen who started it. We were talking about the most iconic Dragon Ball Z villain. And bro, I've never had such engaging conversations about stuff that isn't related to tech. Like it was such a dope conversation, man. Like that's definitely something we gotta start doing regularly, because there was so many different perspectives, but everybody was being mad respectful. Nobody was like, you're an idiot because you like Cell. Like, nah. But just to answer the question though, Frieza is the most iconic villain because he's still relevant. He literally just gave their new most powerful forms the absolute hands. So Frieza is the most iconic villain to me, followed by Cell. One, because his theme music is the best out of all the villains in my opinion. And two, because Gohan's my favorite character in the whole show. And Gohan, you know, went Super Saiyan 2 on him. And then Boo's kind of last for me. I was never the biggest fan of Boo. I think like all the reincarnation stuff was dope, but he's just the throwaway character at this point. Everything Apple does is great, but I actually gotta like the product first to benefit from everything that they do as far as customer service and easy access. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I 100% agree, dog. Because if you don't like the product, none of that other stuff matters, right? It's literally like having it's literally like having a case that has MagSafe compatibility, but the case is trash. I'm not gonna want to use it because the case is trash. It doesn't matter what extra features it comes with. If the case is trash, I don't want to use it. So yeah, I totally get that. I totally get that. I don't know if I would say Apple is Vegeta. You got to explain that one, Johan. Jiren would be Apple or Xiaomi. I could see Jiren as Xiaomi. Jiren will probably be Xiaomi, dog. Cause Xiaomi is a bruh. Xiaomi is a problem, dog. Like nobody wants to give Xiaomi their flowers, dog. Xiaomi is a problem. An absolute problem. Y'all crazy. Somebody said Apple is Krillin. Stop it, LaShawn. Stop it. Stop it. Yo, Mim slayed him. You wouldn't know because you only use the Apple W units. Got you. Damn. Hey, that's a wrap, LaShawn. I don't even know, dog. You might have to exit, son. You might have to exit, son. Scoop, don't you dare disrespect Frieza, dog. Nah, but what's going on, my homie? Hope everything is good with you, dog. Who's the most iconic for you, Scoop? Who's the most iconic for you? Between, I think you did answer. You said Cell, right? I think Scoop said Cell. Dang, you going back with that one. Yeah, ouch, bro. He killed him. Yep, stakeholder, they only care about that guarantee. What's guaranteed? What's guaranteed? That's all they care about, man. That's all they care about. Go Google is Kepler. That's pretty funny. Goku is a pretty trash father, though. Kid Buu, it was dope. I just didn't like the fact that. So my biggest problem with Dragon Ball Z, and it'll always be my biggest problem with DBZ, is the fact that they groomed Gohan, and I know I'm a Gohan fan. Y'all could say what y'all want. I'm a fanboy, whatever. They groomed Gohan to take over the show and then completely obliterated him in the Buu saga. And he was relevant in the Buu saga for maybe like what? A quarter of it? And then who came back to take over? Goku. Like, and I get it, it's Goku's story, but like that's always rubbed me the wrong way, man. Like even his newest form, I love Gohan's newest form from the superhero movie, but the movie was garbage. The movie was trash. The movie was bad at best. It was bad. Watching everyone innovate, but Apple really makes me mad. I want Apple to take chances and make better products for us. Everything is too safe and bland at the moment. I agree, man. I agree with that. Like I said, you're always gonna have that company that, you know, plays it safe, and that's kind of, you know, how Apple is. It's like what they do I won't say vary. What they do well. I will give them that. They do well. Right, but I would love to see I would love to see Apple take a little bit more risk. 100%. Evan, it's all good, dude. You can catch the replay if anything, man. I like Gohan because it rhymes with my name. Johan, everybody call me Gohan in high school. You stupid. You stupid. Oh, what is my favorite case? Bruh. Yo, anybody who knows me, what is my favorite case for the iPhone? What is my favorite case for the iPhone? Anyone who knows me knows my favorite case for the iPhone. What is my favorite case for the iPhone? Let's see if anybody can get it. I'm pretty sure most of y'all will probably know, but yeah. We'll see if anybody gets it. Even if Frieza wasn't relevant, the original Frieza saga is arguably the best saga. Yo, we might not even get into these articles. Yo, forget these articles, bro. Right now, out of all of Dragon Ball Arc, you can go Super, you can go... well, I don't think anybody is going to pick anything from Dragon Ball. Only thing I'm not counting is GT. We got to leave GT to the side. What is the best, in your opinion, what is the best Dragon Ball arc from either Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Super? I'm only touching stuff that Toriyama was a part of. GT, even though people like to say it's not canon, I do like GT, but I'm not gonna include GT because then it's just way too many. So, what is your favorite Dragon Ball arc? What is your favorite Dragon Ball arc? Scoop said, yes, Cell. He's the only villain that was 100% for the smoke. MPT said, I'm always showing up at the end. I need to do better. It's all good, homie. It's all good. You can make it up, MPT, by letting us know what is your favorite Dragon Ball arc, homie. Unless you didn't watch Dragon Ball. Stan said, nah, I 1000% agree about Gohan. It's so true, bro. They just nerfed this man like in the next arc. So trash. Cell, my dude. Oh, Hit was fire too, dog. Hit got the worst like throwaway in the Tournament of Power, because it's like, in my opinion, if the rules are you can't kill, he shouldn't have even went to that tournament. He shouldn't have even gotten picked to go, because his whole martial art style is about killing. Like, he's an assassin. So they really messed him up in Tournament of Power, in my opinion. James, the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie was trash, bro. It was trash. The only thing good about the movie was Gohan's new form and the special beam cannon. Everything else about it, absolutely hated it. I absolutely hated it. I was mad that I spent my money to go see it. Just saying. I'm 1000%, like, I will die on that hill alone. I hated it. I hated it. Said, bro, I'm actually thinking of buying an iPhone 11 or 12 as a secondary device because there's not a big enough draw to get the latest. I still feel like the 11 series had that was Apple at their peak. Yo, tease that dude. That was Apple at their peak for camera processing, in my opinion. Like, all the HDR issues with blowing out highlights, I never had that stuff on my 11 Pro Max. And I know it was my 11 Pro Max because, one, I had the midnight green colorway, dope colorway in my opinion. And two, I remember getting the 12 Pro Max and being like, wait, why is all of this stuff like super bright? And yeah, I remember 11 Pro was my personal favorite in terms of their processing. Scoop said, James, no. Hold on, y'all. We're about to wrap it up too. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to think. What can I do? What can I do? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. All right, I'm gonna put that in there. I am gonna go ahead and end it. No, it's definitely me, y'all. It's me. It's me. Let me send that. Let's play the outro just in case.